writes, what was your favorite part about the premiere last night?
Favorite part?
Was it the short ribs?
Oh, the food at the premiere was wonderful. My favorite part was standing and having a quick exchange with Harrison Ford. To me, that was probably, I mean, aside from watching the movie, obviously, but that might be, I don't know, man. There was a lot of really cool things. Well, I'll go the Harrison Ford one, I guess.
Doing blow in the bathroom with BB-8 was just something I'll never forget. I'm taking the movie out of it because, again, we're not supposed to review the movie yet. So besides the actual movie experience, my favorite part about last night, besides spending time with all my boys and girls, was... as much as I loved meeting George Lucas, Mark Hamill to me has always been the greatest hero in the galaxy, and he's been an inspiration in my entire life. So getting to meet him and thank him in person was pretty special.
All right, what's next?
All right, Johan Ingelholm says, would you want to see a Yoda anthology film?
No, we talked about this actually on Jedi Council, and to me the answer is no. Look, if you're going to put it in front of me and give me the choice, I don't want to see an anthology film about any of the pre-existing Star Wars characters. It shrinks the universe. This is a big universe. We don't just have to stick with characters we've already had in the other movies. Let's explore this huge, vast universe and do more. Now, obviously, if they make a Yoda anthology movie, I will be there with bells on. I just would have preferred they'd done something else. You make the Han Solo movie, which they're doing, I will be there with bells on. I just would have preferred they'd done something else. If they make an Obi-Wan movie like the rumors are, then I will be there with bells on. I will be totally excited. But I would have rather they done something else. So do I want a Yoda movie? No. Will I be excited and still go? Absolutely I will.
I mean, the prospect of seeing a young Yoda, a young high school Yoda with his varsity jacket on just is so appealing to me. I don't want to see a movie just based on Yoda, but having said that, dude's 900, okay? So there's a lot of history there. So if we did a movie that takes place 3, 4, 5, 800 years before the events of the classic trilogy, we could see Yoda popping in there somewhere. I wouldn't make the movie totally about him, but him as kind of like what the Hulk is to the Avengers, where you pop in for a few scenes, you steal all of them, and then you get the hell out. I'd love to see that.
Now, how old is the Knights of the Old Republic? How many years back is that?
3,000, 4,000?
Okay, so
yeah, we're looking
Yoda
at the
wasn't.
thousands.
All right,
yeah.
So, but I would love to see a Yoda movie. I differ with what you're saying. Is I think because a lot of people haven't been reading the books and aren't like as drenched in the Star Wars mythology as you guys are. For myself, I love Star Wars, but I started reading the comics again. But I would love to see a Yoda film, an Obi-Wan film, a Boba Fett film, a Han Solo film before they start going into like the adventures of Yog Scrimbles. I'd be like, why am I seeing that? Like only the super Star Wars nerds would like know. Oh, Yog Scrimbles held the Sith book for 5 seconds in the weird book that you didn't read that was a spin-off of some other book. So myself, as more casual Star Wars but still loving it, I want to see a Yoda movie. I want to see when he was 300 years old, flipping around with a lightsaber. I want to see that. I would see a Ben Kenobi. I'd see a Han Solo. I'd even see maybe a Bosk film. That's too drippy.
Well, remember for a long time there were rumors about just a straight up bounty hunter.
No, I would love to see. I'm joking, but only half joking.
But for serious, yeah.
Bounty hunter film would be great, but I think go with what the masses know, because we're already seeing all this new stuff with The Force Awakens, with like all these brand new names. Poe Dameron, who's that dude? You know what I mean? Like I know these names now, like Ray. What's the other dude's name?
Finn. Yeah.
I don't know who they are though. So that's kind of the new.
You want me to tell you?
After the show. Yeah. So I'm one of those people. I'd love to see a Yoda film or Han Solo or Boba Fett.
I think a Bosk film sounds really intriguing. Like you do it like the wrestler where he used to be this great bounty hunter and now he's just like working at the deli market.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to get by day to day. He still can't find a pair of shoes anywhere. It'd be great.
All right, what's next?
Dusty Merritt writes, were there any interesting costumes that stuck out to you at the Star Wars premiere last night?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt came dressed as Yoda.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow. Full Yoda.
As I mentioned, bumped into Rainn Wilson dressed full out as a Jedi. But that was it. I mean, mostly everybody was dressed up rather than costumed up. I mean, everybody was dressed in their event outfits as opposed to cosplay. So I honestly Those were the only two I saw dressed in costume.
I mean, I was wearing the shoes from Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he's in the biker bar dancing to tequila. Some of the fans that were actually lined up at the red carpet waiting to see all the stars.
Lined up, yeah.
Some of them were fans of ours, and so I got to talk to a few of them. They were dressed as rebel pilots. One was dressed as Kylo Ren. One was Captain Phasma. Then you just had an army of First Order stormtroopers. They all looked really good. Those costumes were top notch.
All right, what's next?
Okay, Kyle Weedman writes, did any of you guys cry last night? Because I haven't even heard you talk about it.
I started to get misty-eyed right at the beginning as the Lucasfilm logo first appeared, and then a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I started to get a little choked up. I didn't flat out cry, but I started to get choked up.
Yeah, I got emotional in the limo ride over to
did?
Hollywood. Yeah, because I was texting my family. I was texting my mom, my brother, my sister, just thanking them and like letting them know that I'm here with you guys. I'm representing the Ellises, and it was a pretty cool moment for me.
So
All right,
sweet.
last question of the day.
Okay, the last question, since we're talking about you guys seeing Star Wars multiple times, and this one John can add into it. Wist writes, hey guys, great job. My question is simple. What movie have you seen the most times, and how many times is it?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like that one.
In theater, Phantom Menace, 18 times. Part of that was because at the time that's when I was working with a visual effects company we did visual effects for movies, and you just got to remember the visual effects of the Phantom Menace at the time was absolutely groundbreaking. Like what they were doing in that movie, nobody had ever done before, and so we would often be sitting around the studio working on some movie, and then somebody say, hey, who wants to have a staff meeting? That was our code word for let's get up and go to the theater and watch Phantom Menace again. With staff, I'm sure the term staff meeting is going to be used around here a lot once The Force Awakens comes out. The next one for me was Lord of the Rings Return of the King, which I think I saw about 12 times in theaters. And then Thor, the first Thor movie, I saw that in theater 9 times, I believe.
If we're doing all-time movies, I'm not going to count the Star Wars movies because they clearly take rank over everything else.
But actually in theater.
In a theater?
In theater. I'm not talking about in general. I've watched all those movies probably more times than that, but I mean in theater.
Okay, in a theater, I have a record that's kind of weird. I don't know if this is the most times that I've seen a movie in a theater, but when Die Hard with a Vengeance came out, I saw that movie opening day Friday 3 times.
Nice.
I went in the
And the
morning,
same day.
I went in the afternoon,
Good
and I
Lord.
went in the evening. I like that movie a lot.
That's the one with Samuel L. Jackson, right?
Yeah.
I
big
love
fan.
that movie.
Big fan.
What about
So-
you? What movie did you see in theater the most?
In theaters was Empire Strikes Back. I remember as a kid, I was just old enough. I was 12, about to turn 13, and my parents would let me walk like 3 miles to the local Cineplex, and I saw it 13 times. And I think maybe even more because 1 or 2 times I'd stayed and see it again, just sitting in the theater. They were cool back then. Like, they'd let you sit there. So that was the one in theaters I've seen the most. I've seen a few films. Like, I remember when I saw The Matrix, I bought 2 tickets because I was like, I just had this hunch. I was like, this movie is going to be awesome. And I was like, and I think I'm going to want to see it right away. And when I saw it, I was like jumping around, and I got and stood in line, and I couldn't wait to see it again. That was one of those films for me that I could not wait to see it immediately. So, but for me, The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, those are the best movies when it's almost like you're at an amusement park on an off day when not a lot of people are there, and you just keep riding the ride all day. It's a great feeling.
Space Mountain.
Yeah,
what
on
about
drugs.
what about you, Natasha? What movie did you see the most in movie theaters?
Man, I'm not on your guys' level. Return of the King 12 times. That's pretty crazy. But I don't think I have a good enough answer for in theaters, but at home, I'll have to say, and this is my testament to being a true girly girl, I love Pride and Prejudice. I cry every time at the end, Mr. Darcy. So, you know what?
Are you
Blame
looking
me
forward
for
to
being
Pride,
girly.
Prejudice, and Zombies?
I'm not. I'm actually, it kind of really hurts my soul that they're doing that. I saw the preview and was like, why? But who knows?
I saw the
Maybe I'll see
preview and I
it.
was like, yes.
Yeah,
no.
this looks awesome.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.